He is a Marine veteran, and they accuse him of disloyalty to the United States of America without telling him what the basis of it is for? That's outrageous. I know we talk a lot about corrupt government officials, and one of the reasons we're so upset sometimes about the way the agencies behave is because we know there are people who are trying to do the right thing, and almost to a person, they are punished and retaliated against. And we do what we can to help whistleblowers, given our limited capacities over the years in all sorts of federal agencies. And we just filed a lawsuit on behalf of an FBI analyst who was targeted by what I would call the deep state FBI, I guess for daring to raise objections about its approach to certain issues. And I guess he was on the wrong side of the ideological divide in the Biden FBI. Judicial Watch announced that it filed a lawsuit on behalf of FBI analyst Marcus Allen in the U.S. District Court for the District of South Carolina against the FBI, specifically FBI Director Wray, so he's the named person, for violating Allen's constitutional rights by falsely accusing him of holding conspiratorial views, stripping his security clearance and suspending him from duty without pay. The FBI revoked his security clearance because apparently the FBI believes that any views contrary to its own regarding what occurred on January 6 constitutes disloyalty to the United States. So there you have it, right? So evidently, Marcus Allen, who is an American hero, was a target for retaliation because he was doing the job of an FBI analyst, which is to raise all sorts of questions that the left didn't want raised within the FBI or by the FBI and how evaluated January 6th. But some of that is guesswork because they just accused him of this misconduct, this egregious misconduct. He is a Marine veteran, and they accuse him of disloyalty to the United States of America without telling him what the basis of it is for? That's outrageous. I mean, and he's a top-notch guy because, and we quote this in the lawsuit, because of his outstanding military service, Allen was awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal and the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal. In 2004, he was designated the Marine Corps Intelligence Activity runner-up for Intelligence NCO of the Year. Hard-working guy. Patriot. 2015, he joined the FBI as a staff operations specialist. Among other tasks, he has provided ad hoc all-source analytical support for the FBI Charlotte Field Office Joint Terrorism Task Force. He's consistently been rated exceeds fully successful on his FBI performance evaluations. He received the FBI Charlotte Field Office Employee of the Year Award 2019, and he received his top secret security clearance in 2001. But then they just pulled the rug out from under him for politics. That's how I interpret this. They sent him a letter, January of last year, about a year ago. The Security Division has learned you have espoused conspiratorial views, both orally and in writing, and promoted unreliable information which indicates support for the events of January 6th. What? These allegations raise sufficient concerns about your allegiance to the United States. Your allegiance to the United States because you're questioning the Biden administration's political analysis of January 6th? That's the implication here. And your judgment to warrant a suspension of your clearance pending further investigation. And, just so you know, that's such a dishonest way of dealing with him. And I'm not a personnel lawyer, I'm not a lawyer, but my experience with the federal government is such that it's very hard to fire someone or punish them for just doing a job you don't like, right? And one way to get around that, because of the personnel policies are kind of a bear, is to yank someone's security clearance. So, and for which there is much more difficult vehicles to challenge. I mean, the law makes it harder to challenge the yanking of your security clearance. Because as you might imagine, they have a lot more leeway in terms of figuring out who should and shouldn't have a security clearance. So what they did to Marcus Allen was they yanked his security clearance, essentially which made it impossible to perform his job. So, problem solved, right? Nope, because Judicial Watch is representing him in a civil lawsuit over this. Allen's allegiance is to the United States, as he has demonstrated during his years of exemplary military and law enforcement service to his country. He was not involved in the events of January 6th and did not support them in any material way. The FBI has made no allegation or offered any evidence to the contrary. He's expressed no view that could be reasonably interpreted as personally expressing support or sympathy for any unlawful activity that occurred on January 6th. The FBI has not identified any specific statements or actions supporting its contention that our client has done anything wrong. So he's done everything he's been asked. You know, and you have to place this in context. There's a purge going on in the FBI. Jim Jordan, who's now running the Judiciary Committee for the Republicans, he's going to be running a subcommittee that's going to be investigating this, a select committee about the weaponization of the federal government. He's noted multiple whistleblowers have called it a purge, what's going on in the FBI. And Marcus's experience is consistent with a political purge at the FBI. So we sued under the First and Fifth Amendments, and we asked that his security clearance and employment be restored. Judicial Watch seeks to remind the FBI that it's not above the law with this civil rights lawsuit for Mr. Allen, who's a decorated Marine, veteran, and highly regarded FBI employee. And we're being helped by Ruth Smith down in South Carolina, and Sean Bigley is also representing Mr. Allen separately, and his colleague Jeffrey Billett on the security clearance fight. So this is a big battle, and it's about the heart and soul of the FBI in many ways. And Judicial Watch, once again, is front and center. So we hear about these whistleblowers coming forward, you know, we hear about them being punished, and at least in this one instance, Judicial Watch is able to provide some support for this patriotic hero. And we're able to do it thanks to your support. So obviously, when you support Judicial Watch, this is the type of work you're supporting. These are the type of people you're helping. And I encourage you, if you aren't already, to support Judicial Watch if you like this type of legal work, in addition to all our other efforts to try to save this country and educate Americans about why the country is worth saving. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.